Alright guys, good morning and welcome back again to more Trails through Daybreak 2. We're about to move on to some story missions and see what that's all about, continuing from where we last left off, and see how all that unravels. If anything else, hope y'all continue to enjoy. Thank you for all love and support. Let's continue on. Alright, let's check in with these red markers.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower.
Looks like business is booming. This is one of the Vern Company's retail locations. No wonder. You can't go anywhere without hearing that name. Naturally, they sell a variety of ornaments for home use, but in recent times they've focused their efforts on bringing Zyphos to general consumers. The all-in-one communication devices found here offer the same specifications with none of the combat functionality. You can even give them an in-store test run before making a purchase. Zyphos, huh? Naya and I use them ourselves. It's impressive how far they've come without the Epstein Foundation's involvement. Feels like they're leaps and bounds ahead of the old Vern versus Reinfeld rivalry now. It's kind of bittersweet though. Call me old school, but I've gotten pretty attached to the Enigma and Arcus units. Ah, the good old days. Oh, those people there. Hey, is that who I think it is? Let's go up and get a closer look. Good idea. We may as well stop by and say hello. The stairwell should be just behind that door. Just like the good old days when we used to appreciate flip phones. Now moving on to newer and more improved phones. Wait, there's a blue line here. Blue marker. I guess we'll follow that later. Wait, hold on. Can I go out? Or is it not gonna let me? Let me see. If I can see that. Oh, I can go out. Cool. What is that about?
Welcome to the Trion.
Oh, look! It's Mishy!
Ned?
Don't be fooled.
What am I supposed to do now? My mirror is as good as gone at this point. Gah, get a hold of yourself, Ned. This is no time to call quits. Maybe I could try out that thing people keep whispering about. This guy really monologuing, huh?
Visit the new
Can't say I'm not curious, but let's just leave him to it.
opened this year to sample a range of imported goods from the
Okay.
Liberal Kingdom.
Wait, there's more people. What? What are these blue markers indicate?
They have everything from the latest ZCF products to
Alright, hold on.
expensive
Before I go
wine,
to you,
and even acerbic
there's
tomatoes.
another one here.
Please check it out.
Are those security robots? They don't look like the ones I'm used to seeing.
Those are robo.
Hey, Mishi, over here! It blows my mind how one simple mascot could take both the Empire and the Republic by storm. That's no easy feat when you think about it. All of Mishi's brand management in Calvert is handled by Valis in the investment bank. Much of his popularity here can be attributed to their financial might. That being said, what's eating at you? You too familiar with the original Mishi, correct? Take a closer look if you would. Huh? Compare the Mishi you know to the way this one has been localized for the Calvardian market. Obviously, the most drastic discrepancy is the head-to-body ratio. Yes, I did notice that. But the size of his ears and the pattern on his tail differs subtly as well. Moreover, exaggerating his paws ends up compromising any sense of unity in his design. When added together, these seemingly minute factors have a considerable impact on his overall silhouette. Granted, this Mishi does have his own charms, but I'm disinclined to call him authentic. Whoa, we got a connoisseur over here. Just let her have this one. Alright, so that one's about Mishi. What about this one over here once we go back into this store?
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll
This is the Quincy Company store. They're one of the biggest confectioners in Zemeria. Your parents run this biz, right, Blade Lady? Ooh, maybe you can get some freebies. Read the room, Nadia. From what I remember, their president was arrested last year. Unfortunately, my involvement in the business ended when I took off from home. I'm afraid that means family benefits are out of the question. Aw, man. I can certainly give you my recommendations, though. Why don't we browse around? Huh. Didn't realize she made such a clean break from them. I read that as front. From them. I feared the worst after the debacle with father, but things seem to be recovering for the most part. That's one worry off my mind. Okay, so all these are just to reintroduce ourselves to some aspects of the world previously. Alright, now that we took care of that... Wait, cinema? Hold the phone.
Welcome to the
I think we can
Trion
watch a
Mall.
movie before we
Here
continue
you'll
on.
find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
R&M? Oh.
You'll also find the Vern store,
Stardust
a
Cinema.
movie theater,
What?
boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Oh, you know it, baby. Let's watch us a movie.
Showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
Movie viewing. You can watch a variety of films in any movie
Please
theater you
silence
come
your phones
across.
And enjoy the film.
Step right up.
Welcome to Stardust Cinema. Thank you for choosing us today. What's playing right now? The Avengers of Rockford, Golden Calamity, and
We
3
have
Point Heat.
merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
Let's watch 3 Point Heat. 3 tickets for 3 Point Heat?
Why
That'd be
not buy a
600 Mira.
souvenir to remember
go.
your visit?
So we can't watch. Yes! The trio made their way into the theater, having decided to watch a movie during their work break. The story centers around the Green Hill High School basketball club. The team captain, Halil, hails from the Central East and loves basketball more than anyone. Despite the passionate guidance from the team's half-Eastern manager, Linfa, the school has never been known for its success in the sport. That is, until a basketball-playing prodigy by the name of Evan joins and turns the team into an unstoppable powerhouse. But if they gain in athletic prowess, they lose in team spirit. Their victories were owed to Evan. Now their new captain dominating all the plays, the team was effectively reduced to a one-man show. Evan mocks Halil, calling him the biggest piece of deadweight on the team, and removes him from the starting lineup. Then comes the final game of the season, where they face off against their toughest opponents yet. Evan is unable to break through their impregnable defense, and the first half ends without Green Hill scoring a single point. The team's simmering frustrations with Evan reach boiling point. The heated arguments and accusations ignite Evan's short fuse. He attempts to storm out in a fit of rage, only to be stopped short by their normally unflappable team manager.
That's enough! No more fighting! We're a team, aren't we?
Are we? I don't see a team. Just a bunch of chumps who can't score for shit. Listen up. If any of you get your hands on the ball, pass it to me. I'll turn this game around in no time flat.
You just don't get it, Evan. How can I get this through your thick skull? You have no idea what this sport is about.
Oh, great. You're all here. I just got done talking to the coach. Hey, Evan. Do you mind if I be selfish for a sec? Put me in for the second half. Please. I'm begging you.
Damn it. They're all over me. I might be able to make a pass, but is anyone even open? Huh?
Now's not the time to be calling it quits, Evan. I might not be great at this game, but I love it more than anything in the world. So I get it. I get why you're so fired up about it. Our passion burns just as bright as yours, and it won't get snuffed out here. No way in hell!
What's with that stupid grin on his... Oh, no. That guy can't do anything right. Ah, what the hell. Go for it, Halil. Show me that you've got what it takes.
You can do it! Take it to the hole, you two!
Is that what someone would say in a basketball game? Take it to the hole? Wow, that was awesome. I love me a good coming-of-age story. Basketball seems like it could be pretty fun. My alma mater, Aramis Academy, had a basketball team too. Back then, our team was good enough to make nationals, and I hear the talent of the current roster is nothing to scoff at. Now, that's the school Agnes goes to, right? Didn't Van graduate from there as well? Well, he did attend Aramis, but in truth, he dropped out partway through. Ooh, do tell. Why don't you spill the tea about that in your little romantic escapades with him? I'm dying to know more. I'm choosing not to grace that with a response. Oh right, I forgot they sell brochures for the films here. Perhaps I should buy one for Van. They aren't showing this movie outside of Edith yet after all. Yeah. Having finished their break, the three of them resumed their work. Nice. Nice. Awesome. Now I gotta see the next movie next time, because I know they're not gonna let me watch it right now. Alright, so we got that out of the way. We can now check out the actual story. Do we have anything we can buy here? Hold on. Let me check out R&M. R&M is over here, right? Okay.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
You got
Here you'll
clothes.
find Trion
These are all
stores and
clothes.
its major landmarks.
I think I'm good. I need equipment.
You'll also
I can
find
wait
a
then.
Vern store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse. Welcome.
Alright, let's go.
Drop by the Vern store.
Head to the second floor. Wait, we're here already? What? Damn. Okay.
Thank you again for putting this detailed analysis together. I'll make sure to pass it along to Professor Schmidt.
Wow. It's, Tita, I believe? Or am I thinking of someone else?
And thank you too, Your Highness. We greatly value your input as one of our sponsors.
You're quite welcome. Please give the professor my regards.
I have a feeling my father and brother will be just as pleased with the results.
It is her!
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Swin, Nadia, it's been too long.
Miss Herschel, Professor Hamilton, a pleasure to see you again.
I remember her, Latoya Hamilton.
Ah, Elaine. Good day to you.
That's Latoya Hamilton, one of Epstein's 3 disciples.
So, wait, you already know each other?
Toa, not Tita.
Elaine and I have known each other for some time now. We met when I was on assignment for NGO work.
That's right. Her assistance at the time was invaluable. I don't believe I've met your other companion, though.
How do you do, Miss Eau Claire? And hello to your friends as well. I am Jida Osval, daughter of Grand Prince Salman of Elsheim. What a blessing it is to meet so many new people today.
The Princess of Elsheim?
You must be Crown Prince Sharid's younger sister. I recall seeing you at the racetrack the other day. It's an honor to formally make your acquaintance.
Oh, so you were there as well? I've heard many a story about Beauty's Blade, but it's nice to finally put a face to the name. My brother has much to thank you bracers for.
It's really no trouble at all. The Guild appreciates his generous support.
Oh, wow! A real-life princess! What a cutie patootie!
Do me a favor and behave for once.
Swin and Nadia, was it? It's clear that you're friends of Toa's, but you don't quite seem to be bracers. They aren't. I've temporarily enlisted their help with a request is all. That's right, we just started a new gig in Edith that substitutes brigands. From missing casts to apocalyptic threats, S over here can handle anything. Thanks for overselling it, and don't act like all the work goes to me. Ah, now I understand. You're Arkwright Solutions interim replacements. I must say the two of you make quite a distinctive pair. My brother has told me all about Arkwright Solutions, and you're filling in for them? How wonderful. Imagine that. I'm a little surprised to see you two in that line of work. It fell into our laps more or less. You think you're surprised? What are you doing all this way from Erebonia, Toa? Let me guess, is it the old NGO grind? Yeah, it's one I got to help out with after graduating Thor's, the International Cooperative Organization. Things are beginning to pick up with them again, and I have some other business to take care of in Calvert anyway. So I made the choice to relocate here at the start of the year. Oh, that checks out. The ICO, huh? Feels like they keep ramping up their visibility more each year. Yes, their group addresses all sorts of international challenges that local governments can't handle on their own. And there's been an increasing trend of those kinds of issues throughout the country recently. Even here in the capital, Miss Herschel has been hard in work in more fields of expertise than I can count. It's difficult to believe that her real job is teaching at an Imperial Military Academy. Yep, she's one busy bee, alright. Oh, stop it. I don't do much at all, really. But enough about that. Back to the substitute brigand business. How riveting. It has the air of something out of a movie or a novel. I don't mean to impose, but would you mind telling me about the case you're currently working on? Neither of us have a problem with it, but it's up to our client to decide how hush-hush we have to be. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a few details. So Edith has been having orbital network problems. My brother told me about everything that happened in Basel last year as well. Things aren't bad enough to be an actual problem yet, but it's sketchy all the same. Would you happen to have any insight, Professor? As a matter of fact, I received a brief report about this courtesy of the Vern Company. Unfortunately, there isn't much I can add at this stage. But at the very least, I have confidence that you're on the right track. Nice, we got the Professor's stamp of approval. Even the smallest crack can eventually grow into a chasm. Our lack of foresight with those nuclear devices last year led to tragedy, and what we're seeing now may be the early signs of something similar. All this to say, I appreciate you investigating the matter. Of course, if there's even a hint of a malicious agenda behind this, we'll root it out and nip it in the bud. Spoken like a true bracer. Maybe my hearing's going, but that didn't sound like a royal we to me. I'm sure Elaine could manage, but we'll be counting on you two to help her get to the bottom of this. Would that I could offer more than well wishes. Still, I look forward to hearing the tales of your exploits. And if there's anything at all we can do to help, don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you, Professor. Well, just excuse ourselves then. See you later. Alright. Cool. Time to head back down.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Oh, that was so weird. I couldn't move for a bit.
You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater,
Alright,
boutiques,
what do you guys
and other
have
various
here
shops
at the
to
Vern
purchase.
store?
Welcome! Thank you for coming!
Alright, drivers, you have Mistral. That will cost me 3,000. Swappable, what do you have? Spark Edge, Breath, Thelas, and Aerial Dust. I'll buy it. Okay. We can unlock some thing here, right? Now, hold on, what?
Good news, everyone.
Modify
Mickey's
orbit? No, that's not what I
finally
wanted.
ready to go.
Nope.
Please stop by again!
How about here?
What'll you
Come
have?
visit today and make a wishy
What?
with Mickey.
Silver headphones. Pair of high-class silver headphones. It gives you 7 evade. I mean, they're so expensive though.
Come again.
Alright, well, maybe later.
Trion Tower?
It's cutting edge.
Huge.
I can't even.
Are you done sightseeing around the tower? Finish. Yeah, we've had our fill.
It is
So now that we've taken a turn around Trion Mall, what are your thoughts? It's got a good vibe for people our age, and there's plenty of family-friendly spots too. Plus, it'd make a halfway decent date spot. I give it 4 stars. She wasn't asking for a review. Did you already forget why we're here? Who, me? No way. My clue radar just never went off, that's all. I kept an eye out myself, but I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary either. How about you, Swin? The same as you two. Nothing special. I see. That just leaves the tower itself then. As much as I'd like to be all, woohoo, let's go. This is the part where we have to start taking things seriously, huh? The observation deck is open to general public, but an orbital network facilities will be located elsewhere. I should be able to get permission to investigate on that front, but we may want to see what the staff can tell us first. Makes sense to me. Break a leg, Blade Lady. We'll be waiting right here for you. You aren't coming? Talking things out will probably go a lot smoother without us. Trust me, we'd only get in your way. Well, alright. Make yourselves comfortable then. I go speak with the relevant employees and circle back. Alone at last. You know what that means, S? Time for a dating montage. Let's take a rain check on that. There's something else I'm curious about. Hey there. Welcome back. You're by yourself or Swin? I sent him on a little errand, but he should be back real soon. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, S. That was quick. Find anything out? Unfortunately not. I spoke with security, but no one saw any suspicious persons enter or leave the building. The communication facilities and equipment aren't much different. Nothing unusual has been reported at all during their periodic inspections. So we're fresh out of leads. On the surface, yes. But that may change if we can examine the main control systems directly. That's why I took the liberty of getting us clearance. This is your area of expertise, right, Nadia? You really do your homework, huh? But you know, there is one other thing we can try. You all done, Nadia? Just about. The comparison results should be popping up any second now. Results for what exactly? Operation Robovac Trackdown. I beg your pardon? Are perpetrators among them? They are? Probably. I think you tried her patience enough. Just give it to her straight already. Fine, fine. First, let me redirect your attention to one of the many mecha janitors roaming around us. At the risk of repeating myself, those automated cleaning machines operate exclusively in the 3rd District. They were brought in on a trial basis by Valis Investment Bank, one of Trion Tower's biggest sponsors. Right, but we reached out to Towa, who got in touch with Professor Hamilton, and she gave us the Robovac spec sheets, plus the source code for their main systems. Just goes to show, connections are everything. I'm surprised Professor Hamilton would authorize that. It turns out her offering to help wasn't just to be polite. Yeah, sweet old ladies like her are the best. So now, we just use that data to analyze the Robovac's behavioral routines, adjust for the area's cartographic info, along with the active unit count and time frame. And presto, a complete map of everybody's Robovac's pathing route. I didn't even realize that was possible. Well, only because we had all other parameters first. Besides, these calculations tell us where they're supposed to go, not where they actually went. That's where S came in clutch. I went around attaching transmitters to any Robovacs that were nearby. Obviously, there was no way I could get every single one. But lucky for us, they can detect and coordinate with any friends of theirs nearby. So as long as enough units are being tracked, we can get a beat on pretty much all of them. Now, if I take the expected routes from earlier and cross-reference them with the ones on record, would you look at that, some of them don't line up. Meaning, they were hacked. Bingo. There are security checks for people going in and out of the Trion Tower, but they'd have no reason to suspect a cleaning machine they themselves are using. That makes the Robovacs a safe and reliable means of getting it close to the tower's control systems. As for why nothing turned up in their inspections, the virus used to infect the network is probably self-destructing. In other words, after it does its thing, it removes any trace that it was ever there. Then after the inspections are over, the perpetrator hacks a different robot, and the cycle starts all over. That way, they can exploit part of Trion Tower's control systems to commit their cyber crimes with no one the wiser. The pieces do seem to align. I have to say, I'm impressed you were able to put all this together, Nadia. Though Swin deserves some credit as well for noticing something was off with the Robovacs in the first place. You could tell it was me, and you call us impressive. Yeah, you're pretty quick in the uptake. They wouldn't have made me A rank otherwise. Would you mind walking me through your thought process? Well, if you really want to know, what tipped me off was the strange way some of the Robovacs were behaving. The routes they were taking felt less than optimal from a cleaning perspective. It was like they were trying to avoid being spotted or keep a low profile in the case that they couldn't. As someone who's used to staying under the radar, I tend to pick up on this kind of thing. So I see. Incidentally, have you two ever given any thought to becoming bracers? Is that an invitation? It is. The guild is always short-staffed. Our branch in Edith is especially in need now that thieves return to Arabonia. And you wouldn't be the first people with a complicated past to register with us. It's surprisingly common, in fact. Well, as tempting as that offer sounds. No way, Jose. The guild burns their members out like a box of matches. And don't get me started on your working hours. I need to save all that room in my planner for back-to-back siestas. Yep, a lazy life of leisure is the only one for me. And there's your answer. Well, no shame in trying. Oh ho! I spy something on the move. Another Robovac straight off its expected route. Can you stay hacked? It just went in the tower through the back door, probably to launch another viral attack. Then we better launch an attack of our own. Right, catching up to it should give us a clue as to who's responsible for this. It's headed to the observation deck, onward and upward. No one would suspect an automotive cleaning machine to be doing some secret spying. Here's the observation deck. Too bad we can't just kick our feet up. The Robovac should be past this door here. Looks like it went to the control room at the top of the stairs. Let's move in then. I already received permission from security. Right. Alright. Alright, hold on a second. Quick save should do us all favors. Alright. And, okay. Over there. I think it noticed us. We're blocking the only exit. There's nowhere to run. Shoot, it's gonna ram itself into the servers and corrupt the data. Not on my watch. You slashed out its legs faster than I could say holy moly. I barely even had time to blink. Last gawky more investigating. The culprit is bound to have realized what happened by now. Got it. What the? I think we're out of luck. What? How? The hacking program's already started the auto-deletion process. And without better hardware, I won't have time to trace the signal back to the perp. At this rate, every last bit of data is gonna get wiped. I was afraid of that. Ah, this sucks. Everything past this point is out of my depth. If Ren were here, she'd know what to do. We could send for more personnel and better equipment, but it's a little too late. Ugh, we finally found a lead and it's slipping right through our fingers.
It appears you're in something of a fix.
How the hell did they get here right away? Professor Hamilton, what are y'all doing here? It was at Her Highness' suggestion, actually. You see, I was simply beside myself with curiosity after learning what you were up to. Your call earlier suggested that you found some sort of clue in how those cleaning robots are acting. And since the network outages you're investigating are taking place all throughout the city, it stood to reason that you would head to the control room of this tower, where Edith's orbital traffic comes through. You act like that's no big deal, but that's some top-tier sleuthing there. In any event, it would seem we made the right choice in coming. Nadia, why don't you try hacking in from your end? Huh? But It'll be fine, dear. Go right ahead. What do I do now? It'll be tough going if you jump in unprepared, so allow me to lend you this. Ah! It's no mare, but I'll take it. Oh, how adorable. What a peculiar shape. Where have I seen it before? While this avatar is borrowed, it contains hacking tools made specifically for orbital networking environments. This is Katra's, model, isn't it? It should be more than manageable for someone of your ability. Ooh, calling me impressed. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, okay, 1 minute. We're already at a fork in the road. Alright. Oh. Didn't want to do that. Alright, let's try again.
Reattempting infiltration.
Oh, whoa. Okay, go. I'm ready. I'm ready. Alright, so far so good.
Analyzing code. Security clear.
Cool. Oh. Okay, hold on. Alright, we'll go straight. Oh, no. Go this way. We got less than a minute. Come on. Come on. Yes. Another barrier.
Analyzing code. Security clear.
Awesome. I don't know if I'm going the right way, but hey, what's this?
Code under analysis. Security clear. Mission accomplished.
Oh, cool. Earn 1 SP. Got him. Mission complete. You managed to trace the signal back? All in a day's work for yours truly. Though I couldn't have done it without that cute little Abby and its tools. Thanks a bundle, Prof. I'm just glad it worked out in the end. So now you know where the culprit is, right? Yep, there were several layers of dummy data to throw me off, but I made it through eventually. The coordinates of whoever's been hacking the Robovacs and who's been messing with Edith's orbital network are right here. Where is here exactly? It appears to be just shy of the city's unofficial 13th district, otherwise known as the Blacklight District. Thinking back, this reminds me of something Jin mentioned. Supposedly, there's a desolate corner of the district where the air is so stagnant that even its residents rarely step foot inside. They call it the Condemned Sector. Yeah, that's a fishy with a capital F. I mean, what better place to hole up if you're looking to get some evil doing done? We just have to go down there and see what we find. I'm afraid the rest of us won't be much help from here on. But I have faith in the three of you will be able to handle things just fine. Take care, everyone. Be safe, okay? We will. Thank you again for your assistance. See you around, Toa. If you're staying in Edith, it's only a matter of time before we run into each other again. Sorry to interrupt, but would you mind if I accompanied you to this condemned sector? I don't think that's a good idea, but Sharid has told me much of his first-hand experiences with Arcade Solutions escapades. If you're substituting for them, excuse me, it only follows that I should take the place of my brother. Would that not be a natural course of things? That's a pretty big stretch. Not to mention, when I see the two of you interact, it feels as if I'm among old friends. What I mean to say is, you're the spitting image of the protagonist in my favorite book series. Your favorite book series? Yes, it follows a young assassin and the girl he calls his partner in their quest to defy fate. I highly recommend it. While I understand how you feel, Your Highness, I'm afraid I can't allow this. The Blacklight District is lawless as is, to say nothing of this condemned sector. We have no way of predicting what dangers might be lying in wait down there. I thought as much. It's disappointing to be certain, but I won't protest any further. Even if I had a bodyguard, there's no denying that I would only get in your way. What I could have borrowed Najee from my brother beforehand, it'd be a different story. Anyway, just leave it to us for now. We'll tell you all about our deferring do next time when we meet up, okay? Daring do. I'll be waiting with the bated breath. May Arusha's protection be with you. Hey, just popping in with an update from Marduk support. Further analysis has revealed a new floor of the Mirren Garden, so check it out when you get a chance, okay? Second floor, okay. Where are we heading off to now? Wait. We have this. Okay, let's head out.
Tower's observation deck stands 215 arch above ground level.
Alright, hold on. Let's go back. Subway entrance, yes.
Here I go!
Alright, there is. Let me check this right now.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here you'll find
Is it up?
Trion
It's
Tower,
upstairs?
one of Edith's major landmarks.
There it is.
Trion
Okay,
Tower
and
It's huge.
Oh,
Find the Vern
what do you
store,
know?
A movie
What's on
theater,
the menu?
boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
T-phone fraud. Someone approached me at the Trion Mall a few weeks ago and asked if I was interested in buying a super cheap T-phone. I said yes, of course, but then I found out it was all a scam. Please tell me you can do something about this. I'll be waiting at the bulletin board in front of Trion Tower, just in case.
You won't want to miss it.
Oh, so you'd be right here. Oh, that's you. Okay, hold on a second. Alright. Are you Ned? We saw you for Spriggan. Oh, then you must be the Spriggan I've been hearing about. That's right, although we're actually just filling in for the real one for a bit. Huh, I'll be honest, I was expecting someone a little more shady looking. Glad you're not, though. But you... Have I seen you somewhere before, miss? Don't mind me. I'm not actually a Spriggan. I just lend a hand every now and then. Anyway, would you mind explaining your request in a little more detail? Oh, yeah. Sorry, let me explain. I guess to put it simply, I was swindled out of Mira. Some guys came up to me saying that they had cheap T-phones on sale with just a few stipulations. T-phones? Those are the consumer-grade versions of the Zyphos that act as mobile terminals, right? Didn't they start selling them this year? That's right. They've been all the rage since they went on sale. It's supposed to be top-of-the-line gadget. Up until now, mobile terminals have only been available to people like government officials or people in the guild or the military. But now even your average Joe can get one. It's like we've stepped into a whole new era. A T-phone is like a status symbol. If you manage to bag one, the whole world will know how classy you are. You sure are passionate about them. Guys get psyched up about the weirdest things. Well, anyway, that's why I was so excited to head to the Vern store to pick one up. But a single T-phone is pretty expensive. They're like 20,000 Mira. That's way out of my price range, so I was starting to feel pretty bummed. Then when I left the store, these two guys approached me. They showed me flyers for cheap T-phones and said they could hook me up with one for 5,000 with only a few stipulations. When I asked if they could tell me more, they took me to a nearby cafe to talk. So someone came along at you just at the right time and talked you into what you thought was a good deal. But what were the stipulations you mentioned? Well, the first thing they said was that even though these cheaper T-phones were official products, they got them from a problematic source. They were supposed to be distributed to the members of some institution, but these guys ended up getting them on the down low. On the down low. So what you're saying is they were sold illegally. Sounds like a deep-seated issue if that's the case. Yeah, but despite that, they told me not to worry because it was all a gray area. But if it did happen to get out, the police or the guild, they would have to stop selling them. So they told me to keep the truth between us. They also told me that if it happened to break on me, I couldn't take it to an official dealer. Those were the two main stipulations they had. They wanted me to sign a contract and everything. I see. If there really was a gray area, you'd think they'd be a little less hush-hush about it all. Most importantly, why the hell would you sign a contract for a cell phone? It definitely sounds suspicious, I'm guessing. Ended up signing anyway. Yeah, I was told they had only a limited supply and they were on a first-come, first-served basis. I panicked, you know? But the real problem is what happened next. The T-phone they sold me doesn't even work. It's a complete piece of junk. It doesn't have the camera functionality it's supposed to, and I can't even get a call to connect properly. Ah, I see, the very model of a scam. I mean, I do feel a little sorry for you, but you kind of brought this on yourself. So, what do you want us to do about these scam artists? The thought of them getting away with this while I wallow in despair and the big with the big bruises to my ego. And while I do want them to get raked over the coals for this, I really just want you to get all my mirror back. I think you'd get both of your wishes if you reported this to the police. And yet you decided to put it out for Sprigging request instead. That's because he signed a contract. I know what you're trying to say. I get that selfish of me. Here I am, wanting to get back at them for swindling me, yet I'm willing to accept the consequences of my own mistakes. I don't see why it's such a big deal. Everybody looks out for number one in the end, right? Except for me, because I always put S first no matter what. Oh wait though, now that we've added a certain doll to the rankings. Oh brother. Getting back to the matter at hand, this certainly sounds like a request that leans more toward the edge of the law. So, what would the substitute Spriggans like to do about it? I don't mind taking on the job, but, what to do? Always accept it. Let's go. Alright, I understand. We'll take the case. But as far as giving them grief goes, that'll depend on their response to us. You mean it? Oh, thank you. Well, with that settled, I guess I better drum up what little motivation I have. So, do you still have the flyer you said they gave you? I've got the T-phone at least here. You'll probably need it. I wish I had a flyer, but I actually ended up throwing it away. Well, the first thing to do is gather some intel on these guys. Right, they don't seem to be in the area right now, so we should be able to ask around without worrying we'll scare them off. In that case, why don't we head on to the Vern store and see if anyone has seen a pair of scammers around. Maybe we should check in with some of the neighboring shops too, to make sure those guys aren't some brand name knockoffs or other products, right? Exactly. You're so smart ass. It's important that we get a good idea of how widespread their operation is first. Although, it's likely they're not doing this with anything other than T-phones. Yeah, if we're worried about other potential knockoffs, the Liberal boutique seems like it'd be a likely target. After all, they said to stock a famous wine from Liberal, the Grand Chardonnay. A single bottle can get pretty expensive depending on the year. I see. Guess we better get started then. It's probably for the best that we don't tell people we're investigating swindlers, though. Don't want to cause unnecessary panic. Let's just stick to things if they know anything about cheap T-phones. Alright, I'll wait around outside the mall until you guys reach out. Don't want to risk running into them again, you know? Sure. I'll let you know what we find.
Let's wrap this up quickly.
That is my goal. Alright. Down there. Time to investigate someone being scammed. Starting with, hold on, what? I went the wrong way? Oh, over here.
Welcome to the Trion
Welcome.
Mall.
The Liberal Boutique. They deal in specialty goods and souvenirs from the Liberal Kingdom.
About cheap T-phones.
Do you have a moment? Place like this before?
The mall has a lot of shops carrying high-end goods. We should check and see if any of them are experiencing a scam similar to one with the T-phones. Sorry, but could we bother you for a moment? And Swin's group told the clerk about the cheap T-phones and asked if she'd seen anything similar happening with other products. Unfortunately, I don't believe I know much about cheap T-phones. And I haven't heard anything regarding scams on the high-end products either. The only product of ours that would be a potential target is our Grand Chardonnay. I don't think we had any complaints or returns though. I doubt we have any reason to worry there. Sounds like the store is being targeted then. Isn't being targeted. Yeah, a swing and a miss. But for a silver lining, I guess now we know that there's only one shop that's having issues. Well, now that I think about it, there has been one thing I found concerning. Recently, I've seen a couple of men posting flyers out in front of our store. It all just seems a little suspicious. I notice them sometimes on my lunch break. Can you give us any more details about them? I started seeing the two of them around the beginning of the year. I haven't seen them today, but they're here pretty much every day from afternoon until evening. I often see the two of them discussing something while snooping around by the Vern store. They seem to be handing out their flyers to people on their way out. I assume they've been discussing who to target before they leave the store. Huh. That's actually some really useful information. Wow, you sure are pretty observant for having caught all that. I don't think your average person would think twice about what some guys handing out flyers were up to. On top of that, you're so refined and well-spoken, but not quite as stuffy as an aristocrat. Being so detail-oriented, it almost makes me think you used to work as a maid at some place super fancy. Do you always have to do that? You're so perceptive. If you're capable of deducing all that, I assume you must be no ordinary customer either. That's right. When a mystery presents itself, I've got no choice but to solve it. It's all part of my detective saga. You think you're fooling? It's no problem. It's not as though I'm looking to hide it from anyone. When I used to live in Liberl, I worked in a city called Bose that was famous for its commerce. While there, I was maid for a gentlewoman who supported me quite graciously. In fact, opening up this shop was her idea in the first place. Oh, really? Sounds like the person she's referring to isn't just any noble woman. Now that I think about it, isn't the mayor of Bose a young woman? I've never been to Liberl before. Maybe I'll think about taking a trip soon. Oh yes, if you have any opportunity, please do. I think it would make for a lovely holiday getaway. We better move on to our next shop, S. Right.
Maybe I should pick up a souvenir or two.
It's still in Trion Tower.
Welcome to the Trion Mall. Here
Oh,
you'll
I
find
see something.
Trion,
Yep.
one of Edith's major landmarks. You'll also find the Vern store, a movie theater,
Oh, two of them.
boutiques, and other
Hello.
various shops to peruse.
I saw Mishin from the Vern store a little while ago. He was introducing the iPhone. Not the iPhone, the T-phone. He kept talking about how just owning one will make you popular. I think he also said something about it being a high-tech communication device. I guess it looks cool, but if I can't use it to play games, then I'm not really interested.
Do you have a moment?
This lady seems really taken in with this stuff. Guess she's really into orbital hardware. I bet she knows something. Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Not and the others told the lady about their investigation to heavily discounted T-phones. Maybe she means like the ones that were on the paper, Mom. Oh, you mean the flyer we got after we left the Vern store? These two men came up to us out of nowhere and started trying to sell us on something. You got a flyer? Is there a chance you still have it on you? No, I tore it up after copying their info down. They kept going on about how there was a reason they were able to get their T-phone so cheap. I thought it was a little too suspicious. I refused their offer before they could explain any further. It's too bad about the flyer, but that was probably the smart thing to do. Is there anything else you can remember about them? Now that you mention it, they seem a bit worried about something when we left. Something about not meeting today's quota and her being upset with them. A quota and her, huh? This could be a useful information. So we have two men passing out flyers trying to talk to people into buying these T-phones. And some authority figure they refer to as her. Thank you both. You've been a big help. There's no problem at all. Hope you found what you're looking for. Let's keep asking around and see if we can learn anything else. Yeah. Next stop, here we come.